All right, everybody, briefing in about 2 minutes. Go ahead and finish up your lap and park or pull over. Okay, welcome to Lime Rock Park. This will be race number 5 of 7 in the 2022 Skippy Series, brought to you by CMS. And, I might be the guy doing all the yapping, but I wouldn't be here without my fellow admins, Pierre, Liam, and Tim. They work really hard behind the scenes to make this series a thing. So my thanks to them, and hopefully you guys can throw them some love as well. This is another 60-minute race. We still don't have a pit speed limiter in these things, and drive through every 23x with one fast repair available. Turns 1 and 2 this week, that's Big Bend, is going to be considered to be one turn. That means in order to have any rights to the corner, you must be side by side. That means your front tire has to be in line with your opponent's head before the normal turn-in point for turn 1. If you can achieve that, then both cars have to leave racing room through to the exit of turn 2. So again, just treat Big Bend like one big turn. That's a quick unofficial summary. Full details, of course, in the GCR, or speak up if you've got any questions. Looks like our session is ending here. I'll catch you on the quali. Okay, hopefully you guys can all still hear me here. Just had to switch over to quali. So the orange zone this week extends past the exit of the uphill. Be extra careful there on cold tires. It does get a bit treacherous. I would really love to see us go this entire series without any incidents. You guys have been amazing, so please keep it up. So I'll let you get to your 10-minute 2-lap private quali session. Remember to keep the comms clear, and once we're on the grid, I'll have a little bit more to say.
Test, test. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. All right. So, welcome everyone to our Wednesday night Champion Motorsports Racing Series. This week, it is the Skip Barbers at Lime Rock Park. Always a great combination. Looking at qualifying here, it looks like Mr. Mobreton, I'm probably messing that name up, has edged out JT Tabby for the pole position. Everybody gets just 2 flying laps, and this is a tough place. And as you can see, our top 9 are all under a minute, so there is definitely a tenth here and there that you can't afford to lose. We will take a quick break, and then I'll come back for commentary as we start the race. Right. We are back on. This is my first attempt at doing commentary during one of our races, and while I am from the South, I do try to take pride in being able to enunciate, but not pronunciate. So, with that said, I will do my best tonight to follow the action, running the camera by myself, and trying to give a little play-by-play as we're going along here. Should be a very interesting race. This has been a heck of a season so far. I think we've had 3 different winners in 4 races this season. And as I take a look at the standings, which you cannot see because I did not set up, the current standings have Richard Hibbs. I apologize, I'm looking at the wrong thing. If I get myself together before we get going, I'll remember that next time. So, as I pull up the current standings, it looks like JT Tammy is currently leading this series with 86 points. He's 18 points ahead of Chris Hudson, who has 2 wins on the season out of 4 races, but did miss the first race of the season, and that's kind of put him in a hole. Meanwhile, JT, as always, has been on the podium in every race. In third is Richard Hibbs, only 5 behind Chris. And then Michael Parker in fourth with 62, so he's only a point behind Richard. And then in fifth, we have Peter Hebron at 55 points. So with this being the 5th of 6 races this season, because after tonight, they do have a season finale at Okayama. So tonight is a make or break, and this is a place that is very unforgiving. So we will just have to wait and see how things shake out with the points. And as we head into our final race of the season, we'll see how everybody stacks up going for that championship. If you hear an occasional sound, that's because I'm reaching for my Sonic cup. Sonic, America's Drive-In. No, seriously, they're not a sponsor. So it looks like we're nearing the end of qualifying, and it definitely looks like we have a clear-cut pole sitter tonight. So let me take a look here. As like I said, I am the king of preparation, obviously. But Pete Mabroten, and
All
I
right,
again
congrats,
apologize if I
Pete,
messed up
on the
your
pole. Nice lap, sir. And
lap
looks like
time
it's going
or
to be
messed up your
another
last
pretty
name
tight
there.
field here. Again, please no tire warming on the parade lap, and we go on the green, not when the pace car pulls in. It pulls in pretty early here, too. And that's about it. Good luck, everybody.
Those are the words of Ryan Thompson, our chief admin of the series this season.
Yep, thanks, Ryan.
The start here should be really, really interesting because that turn one, as we all know, is a scary dude. All right, looks like we should be lining up for the race now. Let's get our camera work going here. Looks like our initial camera did not work very well, so switching back over to the backup. So now we are set to go. As you can see Pete roll off, that is a killer helmet on that paint job there. Lined up next to him is JT Tammy in our black and red special. Oh, it's definitely a rebel assault here. And starting in third is Mr. Michael Parker. Get down to him and the wonderful Rothman paint job. And then in fourth is Chris Hudson and the Valvoline 43 paint scheme. Starting fifth is Richard Hibbs. He will be driving the blue and black, trying to catch the sponsorship there. It's the number 16 car. And it looks like he just has a really nice Skip Barber paint scheme there. Starting sixth, Mr. Albano. And he is running a fantastic looking scheme tonight. Look at that, orange and black. Starting seventh is Ryan Thompson in his return from the injured reserve. So we can take a good look here as they head down the hill. We're coming to the front straightaway, and this is about to get interesting. So good luck, everyone, and let's watch the action as we head into turn one. This should be fantastic. The pace car pulls in. Everybody's holding form, waiting for the green. And away we go. And our pole sitter gets a good start ahead of JT going into turn one. And it looks like Michael Parker's got a good line inside of JT, but I think JT's going to be able to close the door on him, and he does. Chris Hudson holds on to fourth. And everybody's kind of finding their path as we look back through the field here. Everything seems to be nice and clean. There's some action back there, some good fights going on. And as we watch them head up the hill for the first time, this classic layout definitely pushes you to the edge of the grass there. Oh, we got a car off. We got a car off in the grass. Who was that? Oh, we had a really rough accident here. So let's see if we can find that. Oh, we have Dave Slee into the fence as we head up the hill. So we will head back to the action. Again, sorry, I am trying to learn these controls. So it looks like up front, the top six have not changed positions. Pete still has a nice lead up front. And looking back at JT Tammy as we head into turn one, JT's really drifting it out there, but it seems like he's making up a little ground. But this is going to have to be one of those nights where you have to do it every lap to stay in the mix. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Let's see. Check back. Here's Pierre. And it looks like Ryan Thompson is on pit road. I have a feeling there might have been an accident there. Luckily, everyone does get one fast repair so they can stay in the action. Oh my goodness. Ryan Thompson had a pretty bad accident there. So let's switch back to the action here and see what's going on. We have a really good duel going on here between, looks like Peter, Dave. Yeah, look at this battle. This is great. We'll check on the battle up front here. See what's going on. There, oh, things are dicing up. It looks like Richard Hibbs made a pass on Chris Hudson for fourth. And as they head back through, oh, clipping the grass. Everybody's getting a little wild, little push already. Chris Hudson is literally pushing Mr. Hibbs. That is a really big duel. I bet you that will go on most of the night. Our pole sitter's kind of slipping away from JT a little bit. JT's really sliding that back end around. And looks like Michael Parker's creeping up on him and maybe going to try to take advantage of that. Right along with Michael Parker here as he chases down JT Tammy. Let's see how it goes into turn one this time. And it looks like JT's really sliding the car in there, and really trying to work both ends at the same time. Same with Michael Parker. You can hear the tires. This is going to be interesting at the pit stops. I'm not aware if tire wear is an issue with these cars. I can't imagine it is at the pit stops, but then again, I have to wait and see how it works out here. Boy, Michael, whoa, JT getting a little loose coming off the hill. Car getting light in the air. And this battle is definitely intense here. So we'll go back and we'll see Mr. Albano. So that is Gabriel Albano running sixth. He's put a nice 7-second gap, looks like, on Peter Hebron in seventh. We'll check back on Peter here for a second. See, oh, Peter's in a duel. I believe that is, oh, Dave Slee. That is a battle for position. looks like Dave is getting a very good run up the hill here. But he just went off inside. Oh no! And he took out. I'm not sure who that was. I have to take a look. That was David James, who was caught up in that accident. It looked like Dave could not find the way to stop that car sliding. That's a tough break for both of them. They were running so well. Hopefully that fast pass was ready for Mr. James, and he can jump back out here. Back up front, we still have the triplets up front fighting it out. Boy, there's some grass cutting going on, but so far so good. That green machine is flying. Take a look back at. Looks like Chris Hudson took the position back from Richard Hibbs. Check back on that battle. And meanwhile, Gabriel Albano is closed up on them a little bit. And again, is pulling away from Peter Ebron now with Gabriel about 9 seconds up. Behind Peter Ebron, we have Peter Holm, excuse me, driving a great vintage F1 skin, and he's in his own battle with Christian Reva. Then behind them is Pierre Robita, and that was some extreme car control behind him. I'm not sure who that was. They are definitely hanging it out back there. So we see David James back on the track after that incident. It looks like Dave Slee may have parked it for the night. That was a pretty brutal hit. So let's see here. We have Ryan Thompson. Looks like he's still sitting in the pits or has pulled into the garage. But let's go back up front and see what's going on. And again, up front, it's still the 515 leading. He has now got a little more pressure on him from JT Tammy. We are 10 minutes into this 1-hour race, and this action is furious. It's pretty amazing, and you have a feeling this is not going to end anytime soon. Christian is starting to put some pressure on Peter. That battle is pretty tight. And again, it looks like Richard Hibbs is all over the back of Chris Hudson here. They are definitely going to be at it as well. Battle 4th and 5th. They managed to put a little distance back on Gabriel, but not much. He is still right there, ready to pounce if they start dicing it up. So Douglas Hintz, running in 11th, was involved in that early lap 1 incident. He is looks like he is 2 laps down, I believe. But I think well, no, I'm sorry, he is just 1 lap down. So but he's definitely a good pace and should be able to hopefully make up some ground here. Looks like Ryan Thompson is back out on the track. He is also 1 lap down at the moment, and 22 seconds behind David James, who is again coming back from that incident coming down the hill just a few laps ago. You know, it says a lot about the character of everyone that knows that the win is probably not going to happen, but you will still stick it out because the whole point is the battle, and it's not over till it's over. And looks like David's really making up quick ground on Douglas Hines, so should be really close here. Let's go check back up front again, and those three are, you could almost throw a sheet over them. They're really at it now. The interesting thing is, with as much as they're throwing the cars around, will an overheating of the tires cause an imbalance in tire wear if they're sliding the rears more than the fronts? These gentlemen here in the front 5 for sure are no strangers to saving the tires and being there at the end. So we still have 46 plus minutes to go, so it goes without saying this is going to be one great race here at the end. If we look back, Chris Hudson has managed to gap Richard Hibbs by a little over a second. There's Mr. Hibbs. And then behind him is Gabriel Albano. And again, if I am pronouncing anybody's name incorrectly, please, my apologies. So let's see where everybody is now up front as they go around a lap car into turn 1. This may be a little tricky for Michael Parker, but he manages to find a good line through there around the lap car, and Mr. Thompson, I believe that is. So that puts Mr. Thompson 3 laps down, I believe. This group up front, definitely a great battle to watch. Let's take a look from the row bar of Michael Parker as he chases JT Tammy. You can just hear them pushing the cars on the edge, sliding through the turn. Oh, caught a little grass. Catching a little draft here into 1, but he lifts early, knowing he doesn't have the pass just yet. So he's looking for that great line right here into the turn known as the left-hander, as it is truly the only left-hand turn on the entire course. Through the S. Now for this right turn, you can see that time up front. Pete really whips the back end around almost like a rally car before heading up the hill. These guys are really pushing the edge of the grass here. And really getting close to the track limit and the car limit. Oh, we got JT passing out. Going around inside Pete into turn 1. Looks like he's going to take the pass. Oh, but he's holding on to it. I don't know if he can hold on to it. He does. Pete backs off, lets him go. That closes up Michael. This is quite the battle here. Let's see where. There's Chris Hudson still running fourth, and then just ahead of them. That racing helmet on Pete almost reminds me of a Mexican wrestling mask. Okay, it looks like Michael Parker's trying to make that pass into one this time. He's on the inside. Is he going to shove it in there? No, he backs out wisely. We're going to go back to his roll bar, see what's going on. Meanwhile, Chris Hudson is pulled back to within 1.7 of this battle here. So he's taking advantage of the three of them dueling it and not being able to stay on the optimum line and stay in the gas. Once again, you see Pete there. He's got a great line up the hill. He definitely uses the grass there at the top of the hill, and he's definitely the knack. Boy, he's really using the grass up. Got to watch the incident counts here. They will result in a drive-through if you exceed the incident count for the race, and I do believe the incident count limit tonight is at 23. You will get a drive-through penalty. So those little 1X's will add up. Cannot play with the grass that much, but see what's going on here. And looks like Peter Holm and Peter Ebron are having quite the duel. Let's go back and check on them for a moment. So, actually, we got a three-car battle. Christian has caught up to, actually, he's been on Peter Holm's back bumper, and now Peter's on the other Peter's back bumper. So, this is definitely going to be the three-car battle here. Much like what's going on up front. These three are definitely putting in the duel themselves. And this battle is for, it looks like, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So, I'm not sure what's going on up front. I need to go back and check on the, it looks like, okay, it looks like maybe JT have a slight off, and Peter has now retaken the lead with Parker in second. Yes, there's JT back there. It looks like he's fallen back to possibly 4th place. Yes, he is now in 4th place behind Chris Hudson. Let's check out what's going on up here. As Michael Parker's making a run to the inside, he does have position this time, but is the over-under going to work for Pete on the exit? Oh, no, because it looks like Michael guarded the spot. He took the line away from the undercut, had to make him back out. Man, this duel. On the driver's side of things, I definitely miss racing with these guys. I hope to be back with them soon. But this combination always leads to great racing, and with the respect of the drivers here at CMS, knowing that you can stick your nose in, you can push a little harder, and everybody knows give and take. As Pete pulls inside and takes the position back. Now, is Michael going to try the over/under? And it looks like again Pete knows that one obviously, and he's covered that line. Michael can't make it as they cut through the left-hander. It's definitely not a done deal. So we'll see what happens as they turn and head up the hill. Meanwhile, Chris Hudson's slowly catching up as these two keep racing each other. And behind him, JT Tammy 2 seconds back, and then Richard Hibbs 2 seconds back of Tammy. So these guys, and let's not forget with Gabriel running 6th, and he is one of those guys. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like Pete's go ahead and pulling off. He's hitting pit road. He's going to make his stop now. It's a little early. It's not
okay,
quite
Pete?
halfway.
I'm good.
And so that should be interesting. I think that everyone was a little concerned, but this must be part of Pete's strategy. He might be looking for just to undercut with going ahead and filling to what he needs to finish the race and hopefully get out on some clear road. So we'll see what happens here on his exit. Also, if you'll notice in our standing sticker down there, we see that his total pit stop was a 34-second from entry to exit. So we'll compare that to others as they're making their stops. So that takes us back to Michael Parker running up front, Chris Hudson running in 2nd, JT Tammy in 3rd, Richard Hibbs in 4th. You can see the 4 of them right there. It looks like Gabriel has no, he's okay. Everything's good. The ticker was just taking its time catching up. So Gabriel is still right there with these guys as well. Should be getting close now that we're nearly 24 minutes into this race. Some of these guys may be pitting, may have started with a light fuel load. Don't necessarily have to start with a full load, which the fuel tank size is limited in this series to force a pit stop. So we will see what happens as we get closer to that 30-minute mark. As Richard Hibbs hangs the back end out, that was incredible. Nice car control. Up front, Chris Hudson is catching Michael Parker. I've personally known Chris a long time, and let me tell you, his races usually go where he will gain speed from green flag to checker flag as he gets the feel for the road and the track and the car, and by the end, he's usually the fastest guy, or one of the fastest guys on the track. So I can see now that he's starting to pick up. His last lap was also his fastest lap of the race. Now, granted, he is in a draft, but that also tells you he's light on fuel, and he's finding his line, his entries, and his exits, which all of these guys are starting to pull their fastest laps now. Currently, Michael Parker has the fastest lap of the race as Chris Hudson gets a nice draft into one, backs off just enough to hang with him. The error on these cars is very minimal, so I really can't imagine there's much of a drop-off when it comes to a car behind you and losing much downforce. But again, we're looking at a great battle here. Let's jump back to Christian, Peter, and Peter. It looks like Mr. Hebron has dropped behind these two, and Christian is really putting the pressure on Peter home at this point. Exit the left-hander. Really hard to set up for this right-hander. It's if you hit it too early, you're going to run out of track. If you hit it too late, you're losing speed down the straight. So, wow, an excellent line. And these guys, and there is Peter, who has already made his pit stop. So he's already made his stop at catching 6th and 7th for position. He is really hanging it out there. So what you're looking at on your screen is Peter chasing Christian, Pete chasing Christian, chasing Peter, and right behind them is another Peter. So I'll have to see here what kind of move Christian's thinking about putting on. Excuse me, that Pete's thinking about putting on Christian here. As we are now 27 and a half minutes into this race, just short of the halfway point. And for a moment I thought it looked like Christian was going to pull off, but he did not. And I'm not sure what's going on here other than, wow, Peter kind of moved over to the right. Not sure if he was wanting to let our pole sitter go, or if it was resulting in a fuel savings. Not sure what was going on there. Let me see. Back up front. Let's see. Chris Hudson has taken the lead from Michael Parker, and is half a second up. Right now, based on our timing, it looks like Chris Hudson may be our fastest car on the track. And of course, again, he probably has a lighter fuel load than a lot of other cars. Should be getting close to pit stops here. Oof, JT getting a little loose coming off the hill again. You feel like you need about 3 more inches of tire on the outside.
Sorry, dude.
I'm not sure what happened there. See if we can't find out. Looks like Pete has worked his way up to 6th. He's now past Christian. See what's going on up front again. Looks like Michael is closing on Chris. Boy, the two of them really sliding it sideways through there. I did not notice on pit stops anyone's taken so far. If they have taken tires during our next pit stop, I will try to see. As is always the case, anytime you have a race like this where tire fall off may be a factor by the end, you have to weigh the time it takes to change the tires against how much time you'll lose by not changing the tires. And only the driver knows. So as we're coming down the hill, we just passed the halfway point. Let's see if these guys are pitting. No, it doesn't look like it. Not yet. They may be running it till it's close to dry here. Let's see. Let's look behind them here and see what's going on again. Looks like Christian is past Peter home. That would be for 6th. These guys have not pitted yet, so they may pit any moment here. Not yet, though. Just behind them Looks like Pete has fallen back behind these guys. Maybe there was some contact earlier that caused him to fall back, as he had already passed them. So maybe there was something up there. Pete Hebron is right back in the battle again. He is staring at the back bumper of Douglas Hunt's, who is one lap down, but definitely no reason to not be dicing up. Anything can happen, and it usually does. Doug's running in 10th. Great recovery from his first lap incident that I'm still not sure what happened. I haven't seen it. But now, once again, as they come down the hill, nobody is pulling on pit road just yet. But it does look like Peter Holm is trying to get around Douglas, and Peter Ebron's taking the draft on the outside to try to make things even more interesting. Is that outside line going to hold? Woof! There is some serious dueling going on here. Peter Holm definitely holding a great line through there. Wasn't sure how that car fit through there, but it sure did. We can see Peter Hebron. We'll get a jump on his roll bar here and check out the action. As he turns and heads up the hill, you see a little smoke coming off of Peter from, oh, here comes Pete. Working his way back up through the field. Once again, he is using every bit of grass and dirt and spit and mud and whatever else he can get his hands on. But he is definitely pushing that car to the limit right now. We're going to jump over to Peter Holm's car and see as he closes up on Douglas Hunt's. And Christian just ahead of him, which would be for position. Nothing happening just yet, so we'll jump over to Michael Parker, who is chasing down Chris Hudson, the overall leader. And it looks like Gabriel has pulled into the pits. Let's take a quick look at him as he pulls into his pit stall here and see if we can tell what's going on with the tires. Is he getting a tire change? Is that what you do when you're getting your tires changed? That's what I do. Oh no, he missed his spot. Or it's not taking him. He's having some kind of issue there. Oh, he's going to have to go out and go around again. Something happened. Not sure what. Oh, that's just awful. Terrible luck. So he's already spent 40 seconds on pit road and still hasn't got his service. So that's just terrible luck for him. Riding along with Richard Hibbs here. We're gonna jump on the right front suspension, which actually would be more fun to follow the left rear suspension and see how much dirt he catches coming out of the final turn here. Wow, he's not really on the edge, so definitely keeping himself in check. Let's see, has Gabriel made it back around? And he's pulled into his pits. And so has Pete. Not sure why Pete pulled in, unless this is part of his strategy. Peter Hebron is pulling away. And now looks like Gabriel's got service done. And Pete only had a 20-second, maybe he had a drive through. Come back and check on that. So as we watch up, looks like Michael Parker is on pit road. The leader has pulled off. Chris Hudson takes over the lead. And as we said, we're taking a look at these pit stops to see if maybe they're changing tires. So let's see what's going on here. On track, there's no close duels happening, and at this time I can't see that his car is being lifted up. He is definitely back on it. Shorter stop than many of the others at 36 seconds. My guess is it's fuel only, so we'll roll with that idea, and we'll just see how everybody else times out. That was a very quick stop. As you can see in our standings list, that's about 4 seconds shorter than Peter Hebron. Chris Hudson is now on pit road. Now we're going to see how this shakes down. Since the two of them were less than a second apart, this is all about who can hit their stall, who can get in and out of pit road quickest. And then, of course, the big thing with these cars, there is not a pit limiter, not that I recall. So this is all right foot speed limiter control. Chris is taking a little longer on his pit stop. Yep, he's already passed it. And that means that Michael Parker, there he goes. And Chris is pulling out now. So yeah, he has lost probably, well, looking at it on the screen, he lost 5 seconds during the pit stop. Now maybe he took on more fuel. Maybe he did something a little different. But Michael's definitely got the upper hand now with a 5-second lead over Chris. Meanwhile, up front, JT Tammy is still leading the pack after the exchanges of pit stops with Michael and Chris. So is JT next. He is 5.5 seconds up on Richard Hibbs, which is quite surprising, but they are running very similar lap times, so maybe Rich fell into a bad luck with traffic, or, you know, all it takes is one little slip here and you can easily lose the 2 or 3 seconds. So the grass is everywhere. So, with that said, JT comes down the hill. He's turning. No, he is not pulling in, but we do have a car on pit road. It looks like it's Christian. So, pitting from 5th place. Definitely see how his pit stop goes compared to the others. Again, you can take a look at the list as Richard Hibbs has hit pit road from 2nd place. So, again, the undercut is going to be interesting here to see how close they can get to you know, being a faster stop and getting out ahead. So you can see through the list right now that Michael Parker definitely had the shorter stop. Christian, the exact same stop length from pit in to pit out as Michael, and looks like Richard was 36 seconds as well. So definitely extra. And I noticed that Pete has leapfrogged Christian into 5th place. So that 2-stop strategy, it may be that it was a low fuel strategy and 2 stops. So we will just kind of have to see. Maybe we'll find out in the post-race discussions. JT Tammy is now on pit road. We'll see how he shakes down. He's very close to the end of pit road, so he should be able to just floor it right out of his stall. And it looks like he's also going to be a 36-second pit in, pit out. And he and Michael Parker are really close. Looks like Hudson is going to be right behind. And JT is going to hold 2nd place, it appears. but he does have, it looks like it's only 2 seconds between them, so definitely with just around 18 minutes left on the clock, this is definitely not over till it's over. Take a look back and see how the Peter and Christian race is going. It looks like Peter's 3.6 seconds behind Christian, and Gabriel's unfortunate pit stop issue has put him behind Peter, 2.1 seconds. He's doing about a half a second a lap faster. Should be able to catch up to him. Peter Home had a very lengthy pit stop, so I'm not sure if that was a pit in, pit out issue. But definitely has fallen back a little bit of the battle that was there before. Let's take a look back up front as Chris Hudson and JT Tammy. Whew. Saw Chris there in the distance get a little sideways. So the Rebel Alliance here continues their push to try to track down Michael Parker. The front three separated by just under 4 seconds. Fourth place Richard Hibbs is just now onto the front straightaway, and we will get an interval here. It looks like he's 11 seconds behind Chris. So this gap has become pretty big. Looks like Pete is 28 seconds behind Richard, so he's going to have to really make up some ground. There's probably in the area of 16, 17 laps to go. So there's definitely no reason that things can't change, but we're definitely going to have to keep an eye throughout the field. Looks like Gabriel is now catching up to Peter Hebron for 7th. So let's see what's going on here. He's sniffing the draft. He's now 1 second back. And he's running very, very good times compared. Yeah, he's running a little over a half a second faster a lap than Peter, so the next time around at the front start line should be about dead even if the pattern continues. So I'm not sure where he's making up the time though, as now he's kind of got him in his sights. It seems like it's leveled off. So up the hill he did make up a couple of tenths. And maybe it's coming down the hill here. He'll, oh, he's using it all up there. Sort of a Gymkhana method here. So now he's 0.6 seconds. I see Douglas Heights has closed up on, or at least has Pierre in his sights up ahead. So that could change positions at some point. Let's jump back up front because JT Tammy is within distance of. He can definitely see Michael Parker ahead of him. The interval right now is 1.3, and you can see, looking back from Michael Parker, that that can definitely be enough to sniff the draft down this front straightaway. So he may close up just a little bit. It does look like he's pulling a little bit. Oh yeah, 1.1. And then we all know JT loves to throw it into turn 1. Boy, did he. And he is now just 1 second back. Chris Hudson's in 3rd, 1.9 back. So let's look through the field here. In 4th place, Richard Hibbs is definitely comfortable here. He has what looks like a 14-second gap ahead and a 25-second gap back. So he's what I call in no man's land, but hey, He's there ready to pounce. Some people call it luck. I call it being ready. So anything that happens, he's going to jump on it. In fifth was our post hitter Pete. And he's definitely turning some incredibly fast laps. Matter of fact, he just turned the fastest lap of the race. 57.229. He is all over it, folks. As to whether or not he can make up a 25-second interval, I just don't see it. But anything, again, could happen. So, in sixth place is Christian Reva. And again, he's kind of one of those. He's got 22 seconds to heat ahead of him. But he can't relax because Gabriel's coming with a head of steam just behind him. He's only 3 seconds back, and it looks like he's pulling almost a second faster a lap. So it won't be long till Gabriel's on top of him. Obviously, Gabriel managed to get by Peter, and Peter's definitely running in 8th place. Let me make sure I clarify. Peter Hebron. Who's having a really good race. It's been steady. It's so easy here to find the grass and have a bad night. So definitely doing good, having a good night here. 8th place, and this is a tough crowd. It's definitely a good night. So in 9th place we have Peter Holm. He is 14 seconds back of Peter Hebron and 21 seconds ahead of Pierre Robita. I knew I'd mess it up before the night was over. My good friend Pierre, that I cannot pronounce the last name to save my life. So where is Pierre? He is running in 10th place. He is 1 lap down, but that was due from an early accident, and he has definitely recovered. Now, he does have Douglas Heinz coming up on him. He's only 1.8 seconds back. You'll see him right there. And it looks like they're running very equal lap times, so that could be a battle all the way to the checkers as we get near the 10-minute to go mark. Oh, wait, we need to get back up front. JT Tammy is all over Michael Parker. This battle could be for the win. So we're going to take a look from the onboard from JT Tammy. Oh boy, yeah, those tires are screaming for mercy. Sounded like he ran over a really big rock or a squirrel. So let's see, he's got the draft going down the straightaway. He's staying off of it though. He's going to wait and pick his move. There's one thing about JT. He's definitely experienced and is as smart a driver as you'll find. As talented. Michael Parker. He's been with CMS for a few years and has become one of the guys that you most enjoy racing with for his tenacity and the fact that he is a very clean and respectful racer that you'll find a lot of at CMS. But he's always been near the front in most races, and if you can be near him racing for that lead, it makes it 10 times better because it's him. So looks like JT's going to pull out and go for the pass. We're going to switch. Take a look from the outside as JT takes that inside line into 1. Is Michael going to try to... No, JT takes that inside line away. Meanwhile, 1.8 seconds back of JT, who is now in the lead, so that would really put Chris Hudson like 1.5 seconds behind this battle. So this could turn into a 3-car battle as we're under 9 minutes to go. Looks like Gabriel is all over Christian. This should be interesting as we go down the hill. Let's see what happens after we top crest the hill and make our big sweeper. Who's going to run wide? Nobody. They both are very, very steady. And it definitely looks like Gabriel's going to get that run as Christian runs the defensive blow. Whoa, there's a little touch there. It was incidental, obviously an accident, but luckily both drivers are. Whoa, hang on to it, Gabriel. Good job. So a little touch, and Gabriel needs to is going to have to work to get back to Christian. No harm, no foul, all fun. So we'll jump back up front and see what's going on as JT Tammy is trying to hold off Michael Parker here. We have 7.5 minutes to go, and I mean it's just getting more interesting. Boy, Michael Parker's going for that line inside, and the interesting thing is all this duel into one is bringing a third car into the view. This is what Chris Hudson wants to see. He wants them to battle it a little more because now he's definitely within the drift, of the draft. He's getting closer. Michael Parker, JT Tammy having another battle for the ages here. This is going to be great. There's lap cars up ahead, but they shouldn't be a factor. Hopefully by the end of the race, we are now under 7 minutes to go. The drivers are definitely feeling the pressure at this point. They know that they can't afford a mistake at this point, but at the same time, you can't back off either. So, and it looks like Michael got a great run off the side. JT is just going to stay in the wake. And Chris Hudson now has moved to within less than a second of JT Tammy. So this is about to become a three-car battle for the lead. All right, out of the left-hander. And Chris Hudson's closed up even more. He's now 0.5 behind JT Tammy. You can see him there. So we definitely have the three-car battle going here. And as we are getting closer and closer to the 5 minute to go mark, which means we'll probably have 5 to 6 laps to go from now. So you don't have to do it now, but you don't want to wait too long. JT Tammy looking inside again. Every guy, they're all being very respectful of each other's lines and spaces. They know that this isn't the last lap. Let's just keep it close. JT takes the lead. Michael Parker second. Chris Hudson third. As we are now officially 5 minutes left on the clock. This is getting top-notch crazy. Up the hill we go. Everybody's in the straight line. Different entry points. Whether that's due to lack of downforce or just each one has their own. All right, Michael Parker has a pretty tight draft here on JT, and he pulls to the inside, and we are going to have another lead change. Chris Hudson's trying to stick his nose in. He wants to make it a little more interesting, obviously, and maybe move into second if he can keep JT. They're both off on the grass as they go through the left-hander. Oh, I think there was a little contact. JT had to back it off to keep from taking himself and Michael out, but no harm, no foul. We are rolling along here. We are now less than 4 minutes to go, so Chris Hudson getting sideways again, coming over the hill. Obviously, foot down in the gas as the car gets light. We're heading back down the hill. It's going to be another passing opportunity for JT. Let's go to the roll bar or the cockpit and see what he does here. Is he going to go for the pass? Yes, he is. And into turn 1. He's definitely clear. Michael's making sure he keeps Chris behind him, as he doesn't want any more battle than that. These guys, oh my gosh, they are inches apart. Inches apart. So now, as we head back toward the uphill through the S, we're definitely going to be free of, I think, any lap cars being impacting anything going on here. The question that's left to answer now is, who's going to be the guy that pulls the pass off? That is the pass. Could we possibly have a three-way battle at the finish line on the last lap? 2.5 minutes to go. Chris Hudson mowing the grass. They are definitely... Chris is looking to the inside of Michael Parker. He wants second place. He's taking second place, at least so far. They are battling side by side. I do believe he's going to get it. Yes. Chris Hudson takes second as they head into the left-hander. JT looks in the mirror and smiles, knowing that that gives him a little cushion. And we are now 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes, folks. Get the fireworks ready. All right, let's see what happens on the front straightaway here. We are not going to get the white flag just yet. So here we go down the front straight. Chris is too far back to get a draft to try to slingshot past. Michael Parker's going to take a look inside. Is he going to try to throw it in there? Chris is giving him a little room, but he's not letting him have it. Chris is staying on it. JT looks back. He sees a lot of action happening behind him, but he also knows the next time by should be the white flag. And that means all bets will be off into one. And then everybody will be jockeying for position to get that draft. Oh, Chris Hudson gets a little loose coming up the hill. Caught some grass. He lost some gap on JT. Now is he going to be able to make it back up as we come toward the white flag? And here we go. We are taking the white flag. This is it. 1 lap to go. So let's go, gentlemen. Let's see how this shakes out. Going into turn 1. JT goes wide. JT goes wide into the grass. It's now down to Hudson and Parker. Hudson and Parker side by side. Hudson takes it first into the left-hander. Then they come up to the hard turn 4. So difficult to carry speed here with an offline. Both guys are using every bit of the track, over, under, side by side. Michael Parker takes it inside. Chris takes it outside. These guys are setting up for a draft down the front straightaway. JT is trying to hang in there. He's a little too far back, I think, to get it. Chris again goes wide. So now as we come down the front straightaway, Chris is going to have to play defense. Michael Parker goes for the pass on the inside. He has the draft, but wait a minute. Chris is coming back. Chris is coming back. It's close. Chris Hudson takes the win by 0.1 seconds at the line. That was an incredible race. These guys fought in tooth and nail, gave each other all kinds of room. This is all you can ask for, especially from a spectator's side. Oh, man. Gabriel finishes in 6th. Passes Christian Riva at the line. The two tangle wheels. It was a very, very tight battle, but in the end, it looks like Gabriel took it. Douglas Huntz is all over Pierre's derriere and closing in, but he's not going to get there, unfortunately. So we are now just about shut down. I think that's just about everybody on the track has crossed the line. That was an incredible race up front. Peter Hebron coming down the hill. I don't know if he's taking the flag. He is pulling in. We're going to listen to these guys chat for a little bit. Thank you, everyone.
Congrats, Chris, Michael, JT. Nicely done. That battle was crazy looking. And thanks again, everybody, for coming out.
Great race, Chris and JT. Man, good run, guys. Douglas, that was a lot of fun at the end, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yep, that was good fun. Thanks, guys.
Saving that one.
All right. Remember, everyone, this series runs every Wednesday night. And we will have one more Skippy race coming up. Then there will be a GT4 touring class race at Road America. Who doesn't love that place and those cars there? And then we will be kicking off soon the Radical / LMP2 series, along with the continued GT4 touring class series. If you're interested in any of this, www.cmsracing.com. It's the best racing. We've been league since 1999. I cannot express that as one of the original members. Think about it, folks. That is 23 years of sim racing as a league. That we have one rule, and that is respect and fun. Outside of that, we just want you to show up and be part of the action. So please make an attempt to drop by, check us out, let us know what you think. And as always, we try to emphasize the fact that we're not asking for anything more than your participation. So please drop in, and we hope to see you there. This has been Tim Collier and my first attempt at doing commentary of a race live, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thank you very much. We'll catch you next time.